This is wild to actually say, but we're chatting with Simon LeBon of Duran Duran. How crazy is this? This is so exciting to meet you via Zoom and chat with you. So thanks so much for taking some time to talk to us today.
Having a good time.
Yes, and you had a good time.
New record out.
It is this Friday. Dance Macabre. Am I saying that? Because we're Midwestern. We like our dance macabre. Yeah.
Dance macabre.
Dance.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. I don't care. I don't care what you call it, as long as you play it.
Okay, but how could you you say it for us?
We say danse macabre. It's French, you know. Mm-hmm. Just like Simon Le Bon is French, you know.
Okay, I like that. Okay, what we have to do is have thin cigarettes. Yes. And if we say it with the thin cigarette, then we'll get it right. I like that. You know, here you are saying, like, I don't care, just play it. Obviously, you guys have had such a wonderful, long career. It's almost a statistical impossibility to be as successful as you have been for as long as you have been. Is your perception of this album coming out versus the first one when you were like, we are artists and we want to be... Has that changed? Do you still feel the same way? Do you still have the same fire in the belly around all this stuff?
That's amazing you should say that. Funny enough, this is what I've just been talking to somebody saying, if I've got a message for any musician, no matter what genre they're in, it's keep your passion alive, keep the thrill of music alive in your heart, because that is what makes it special. And it's the greatest thing, not just your own music. When you hear somebody else do something brilliant, let that affect you emotionally and feel that passion and that thrill. That is the best thing about music, and it's more important than being productive or that. It's a personal thing. It's the most beautiful thing, and that's really the thing that you get when you've got a whole crowd full of people and they're listening to a song that they love and they get off in it all in the same way, and that's why music brings people together.
Yeah. And you experienced that here because you were on the road with Nile Rodgers. And then you, with Black Moonlight, we played that here on the mix. We've already played that song. You can immediately hear Nile. Was that something that you guys came up with on the road together because of the tour and exactly what you're talking about?
We actually recorded it in the studio earlier this year. We had 4 days. We knew we'd chosen all the cover versions for Danse Macabre. We'd chosen all the old Duran tunes to update and how we were going to use those. But we knew we needed 3 new tracks. So we booked 4 days in Assault and Battery Studio in Northwest London, and on the first 2 days, we came up with Confession in the Afterlife and Danse Macabre. And then Niall came in for the second 2 days, and he started riffing on this thing. As soon as he got in the studio, we had like 5 minutes chat, and then we all got down to playing music. And he started that riff, and John picked up with it very quickly, and they very soon had that chord structure for the chorus. And I started singing over it, and Niall goes, "That's it!" And we all went, "But it's only the first thing we've done. Surely you've got to try some more ideas." He said, "No." He says, "Sometimes the first idea is the best idea. Let's go with it." So we went with it. We trust Niall. He's fantastic. And so we went with this track and the vibe of it, and we wrote and recorded that in 2 days.
Wow.
So it sort of sounds like the inspiration struck. And I was listening to another interview with these other artists, and they were saying that you had mentioned young artists at the beginning of our conversation, and they were saying young artists need to go to art galleries, go to movies, go to the bar, hang out with your friends, because you never know what life experience will strike and inspire a song. Can you think of a moment
absolutely
in the history of the band and of your songwriting? Can you think of a moment where you were surprised, like, oh, I didn't think this would be, I'm sitting at the podiatrist office and here I am, an idea hits me.
Well, I was sitting in the desert watching a couple of farmers drive across the desert in a tractor. And there's a huge plume of dust coming off the back of that tractor. And the words came to me, "Out on the tar plain, the glides are moving." And that's how the chauffeur started.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. It's almost like divine intervention. Like this, do you feel like the songs come to you and you're just sort of the vessel for the songs? Am I getting too artistic? But do you know what I mean?
It's a bit metaphysical. I know what you mean. It does feel sometimes that the song's always been out there in whatever. And yes, you are literally a conduit, a vessel for it. Very good word. But it's not really like that. The fact is that it comes from deep in the back of your mind, deep in the back of your mind, where all that stuff gets mushed up together, where all your musical influences have gone, where things that you noticed when you were a kid went, when something that happened last week goes, and you just have to, you can't, it's sometimes you dig and you dig and you dig, and you've just got to step back and let it come out. And it's a wonderful process. And talking about passion for music, that particular process, when you hit something good, you get a good musical idea coming out, it is the most wonderful feeling in the world.
That's great. And the full length out this Friday. And now, like we said earlier, you were here in Chicago earlier this year, and through different friends and your Facebook, Duran Duran's official Facebook, I saw you guys tooling around on a boat. It seemed like you were out there forever. What did you find any inspiration on Lake Michigan?
No.
Well, we had a great time. Had a nice little drinky.
We do that well here. We do that very well here.
We went to this place called the Playpen.
Yes.
Which is like full of. It's like a giant tailgate party, isn't it?
On the water, yeah.
On the water. It just made you smile. I didn't want to spend the whole time there, I've got to tell you. I kind of liked it out in the middle where there was nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you get some of the most beautiful views of the city from out there that you never get to see otherwise. So
it's incredible.
I'm glad you got to
Absolutely
experience that while you're here.
I just love the idea of someone on a boat drinking a White Claw, being like, is that Simon Le Bon?
Wait a second.
Yes, it was.
Exactly. I know. There are a few people like that. I saw them.
Have you ever had that experience? Somebody spots you. Maybe I just saw this video. Michael Jordan is at a club, and the guy the DJ sees him and puts on the Bulls intro music. Have you been out? You're living your life. Right. Somebody spots you, and all of a sudden you hear, one of the Duran
all of a
hits.
sudden they put on the Bulls intro.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like, oh, there I am. Yeah.
It does happen. Yes. Yes, it does happen. There's a few places.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you don't really want to have the attention that spotlight shone on you when you go out for a night out, to be honest with you. You want to be kind of like, in the background and everything like that. But some people can't resist it.
Nice.
So what can you do? You just go along with it and enjoy it. Otherwise, you're going to hate your life.
You're gonna hate exactly. True. Dance macabre. I feel like I can't even say it as good.
Dance macabre.
Dance macabre. I don't know why.
Some people don't even. Some people don't even pronounce the r on the end. So you just say dance macabre.
Dance macabre.
Okay. Her name is Io, and she dances.
There you go. We have some Duran Duran songs on here. We've got 3 originals, new ones that we talked about, and then you've got some covers. So you've got Billie Eilish, you've got Rolling Stones, the Talking Heads out today, I think. So did you guys contact them, or how did that work, or was it just like, I never know how that process happens.
Well, there's nobody on this planet can stop you from doing a cover of their song as long as you stick to the original writing. Now, with the Rolling Stones track, Paint It Black, I made some significant changes to the melody and the lyric. So you've got to get permission for that. So we approached Rolling Stones, sent them a copy to see if they thought it was worth giving permission to, and they said yes. Wow. So we're here.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. So wait, sorry.
People do it with us, people do it with Duran Duran tunes as well. If they make any kind of changes, they've got to ask us if it's okay. Now, sometimes we say yes, and sometimes we say no. It's just what you have to bear in mind is what is good for the song. What is good for the song and good for the career. And then it becomes very easy to do. By the way, I love our version of Bury a Friend, originally by Billie Eilish. Yeah. I think we did a really good job of that.
Can't wait to hear that this Friday.
That's amazing. This Friday, the new album is out, Dance Macabre. Nailed it. Thank you.
Oh, well done.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. Simon, thanks for taking some time to talk to us. This is really a treat. It was really, really wonderful to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice of you.
We got
I'll have a good time. I'll be having a great time.
Yeah, some inside scoops that's coming up this Friday. So have a great birthday. And the day of the album. That's awesome.
Is that on purpose? Was that an accident?
Exactly.
Nice.
It's my birthday present.
That's right.
To the world.
So
Yeah,
give it to him. Give him his
Yeah,
present
right.
and enjoy the record.
Well, they'll be playing in the playpen this
Thank
summer.
you.
Thank you, Simon.
All righty.
Thank
See you
you.
there.